For all my followers and supporters, thank you so much for supporting me, for being with me in this last couple of years. It really means a lot to me, all your comments, all your participations, all your inquiries, your questions, your personal messages, your positive feedback. The channel is growing into the right direction. Now we have a new year, 2024. I have many ideas, many plans. So far the channel was focused on health, to activate the self-healing abilities, to control more the body, the mind, with yoga techniques, especially Pranayama, the art of controlling the life force, the breath, the life energy. In this year I want to focus more on the mind, the voice inside our head, constantly talking to us. It's like imagine you have a friend sitting in one corner and he talks to you the whole day uninterrupted, without giving you any chance to talk or to reply or to answer. So this friend we have constantly with us is our own dear mind, also known as the monkey mind. Jumps from one tree to the next, from one block to the next. So this monkey mind should be actually our friend, but in most of our conditions it became our enemy. So this will be one of the main topics this year. Also I want to focus on balancing and harmonizing the chakras. I will do another chakra course where we focus maybe 3-4 days on one chakra. We learn some mantras, some meditations. We will visualize certain aspects of the chakras, the colors, and also we connect it with the breath, with certain techniques. And you can really feel with each technique, with each day, how and more you get grounded with the root chakra, with the solar plexus chakra, you get more active, you get more fire, more life. With the heart chakra, you open up for kindness, for love, for peace, tranquility. You're more in a meditative state. Vishuddhi chakra, to express yourself, to find your life's purpose. The Agya chakra, to open up for intuition, for your higher self, to connect with the spiritual realm. And then the crown chakra, to really connect with the divine energy within us. And there's many techniques, and we will do a short course, like we just finished our Pranayama and Breathwork course. Then I will introduce the ancient science of mudras, what I already introduced 2 years back, but I did a few short videos. But now I want to focus on long form content to really learn certain mudras, to be more balanced, to be more focused in meditation, to improve your digestion, to bring the energy flowing, to connect the right and the left side of the brain, to increase your overall health, well-being, and that you feel nourished spiritually, materially, mentally, emotionally. And I want to talk more about yoga philosophy, like we know from the Bhagavad Gita or teachings from the Yoga Sutras, to really understand how is the mind working, what are the 3 modes of material nature, passion, goodness, ignorance, what is karma, what is time, what is the Atman, the soul, what is the Paramatma, the super soul, what is Ishvara, the supreme controller, and so many more topics related to the Vedic teachings from ancient India. The word Veda itself means also knowledge. This is the root of all knowledge, a spiritual science. All religious systems, everything we believe, all we know about the soul, about God, about reincarnation, about karma, about religious principles, coming originally from the Vedas. Now we find the Vedas expanded in so many forms, in so many traditions and countries, but originally the roots are in the Sanskrit texts from India. Like when we take the word religio, religion, it's the same word like yoga, to yoke, to connect, to unite. So religion means to connect to whom? Yoga means the same, to connect to whom? First to understand who you are, and then to connect with God himself. It's a very personal relationship. And in the Vedas, God is described in 3 aspects: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahman is the effulgence of God, the energy everyone can perceive when we meditate. Everything is Brahman energy. The souls, the living entities, everything comes from the same Brahman source. Paramatma is the super soul in each and every individual, in all of our hearts, even in each atom. God resides as the super soul. And then we have Bhagavan. Bhagavan means someone who possesses the 6 opulences. He is the most famous. He has the biggest wealth. He is most beautiful. He has the most knowledge and wisdom. He is the strongest and He is the most renounced. We know that because everyone knows about God. He is so strong. All the universes, all the planets, just flying in space. He is the richest. Everything belongs to Him. At the same time, He is completely renounced, detached. He knows everything, past, present and future. Maybe I know my thoughts and your thoughts, but God, He knows everything. He is there with us in our heart all the time, and He's the most beautiful. Just look in God's creations. It is says flowers are the smile of God. The sun and the moon are His eyes. The rivers are His veins. The trees, the leaves are His hair. So we can see the beauty of the nature. We can see God Himself, but not just in the nature. God, like you and me, also has a personal form. Otherwise, God would not be complete. If I have a body and you have a body and God has no body, means something in God is missing. Then we can't speak from absolute. That doesn't mean He has a body like you and me. When we cut ourselves, we bleed, or we take birth and die. He is a completely spiritual body. His body, mind and soul are one. Our body and mind and soul are not one. At one point we will leave this body. Our consciousness will get transferred into another body. Then we only take the mind with us. And the mind, all the memories, all the previous past incarnations are stored. But when we leave this material world completely behind, we will also leave our mind behind. The material body made of earth, water, fire, air and ether, and the more subtle body, mind, intelligence, and the most subtle, the false ego, the identification of I and mine. When we leave this behind, we will also have a spiritual body, a spiritual form. And in Sanskrit it's called Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal, never be born, never will die. Chit, full of knowledge, full of wisdom, consciousness, what is everywhere present. And Ananda, bliss, ecstasy, the greatest spiritual joy. These are the qualities of the soul. God, Krishna, has the same qualities as the soul. But we can compare a tiny drop not to the big ocean, right? Just think about it. Just be open. I know many people will say, no, there can't be. God can't have a form. How can He? Yeah. But do we speak, is He a he or a she or it? Who is God? Maybe some don't believe in God because they can't see Him. But you have to take up the process. You think all these people out there believing in God, having so much realizations about God Himself, they're just imagining, or they're just crazy, or just desperate? No. Everyone had his own experience. And Krishna is so kind. God is so kind. He gives you your free will, your free decision. If you say He doesn't exist, also fine. This is your reality. He is completely okay with it. But I tell you, Krishna is waiting since time immemorial that you turn back to Him. And if you take one step to Him, He will take 10 steps towards you. And then your life will be magical. I can see from my own experience. Like my whole life is upside down. I'm not a blind believer. I try to study, understand, and then apply, experience the knowledge and the teachings of yoga. Otherwise, we can't understand ourselves. We can't understand the working of this world, of this creation, and what to speak of understanding God and re-establishing our relationship to Him. This is the purpose of Atmaflow. It's not just about breathing exercises and meditation and yoga. These are just means to an end. But the main goal is actually to connect with the divine source within you, to re-establish your relationship with God, with Krishna. Forget about everything else. We take life so serious, but the only thing what matters is our relationship with the divine, supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Himself. Om Tat Sat. See you in the next videos. Thank you so much for being with me. I wish you all the best. Namaste.